And action.
You know what I mean? So like cause like yeah, when you make those club songs, you feel me, it's good for the DJ. Which is why the DJs want you to make that shit. It's good for the DJ. They like, I bet, come to this club, show us off, and they still don't fuck with you like that. You know what I mean? They don't fuck with you. You just they playing a game. You know what I mean? And even say if you do get a record and they good at the club and you don't really got no fan base from that record, that mean you gotta come up with another hit record. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of just keep building your fan base. But yeah, like I said, like yeah, I had that shit. Niggas was emotionally attached to my music, you feel me? Came in there and a nigga with a lot of followers, you can't, and you making a club music, you can't sell out shit unless you got a hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Now you can make the music that you want to make, not have a hit, and people will still come. You feel where I'm coming from? And then I had to think like, I bet, because when I first started making music, I'm like, I had a purpose. I'm like, I was fucked up. I had some shit that just happened with my girl, you feel me? I'm like, damn, shit crazy right now. I'm like, this is why I'm making music, you feel me? So I never want to forget that. I don't want to start talking about, and then I'm keeping it real. Sometimes I be thinking rap ignorant sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like talking about a struggle story or describing the way a bitch sucked my dick all the time. Because I'm like, nigga, I'm more than that. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I feel like I was in a car with a DJ. You feel me? He like, yo, I mean, we need that ignorant shit. You feel me? I'm like, damn, like that's what nigga. I'm selling my soul in this motherfucker.
Why you think the culture has shifted from where we once were, say, like growing up? You know what I'm saying? We're more.
Hold on, at what point?
Let's say fucking 2003.
You know what time out? I think it's just hold up. Yeah, go ahead.
From 2003 or like 2002, Blueprint drops, Jay-Z, Stillmatic drops, Nas.
But not like number one. If you honest,
I mean, time is time. So
any type of music, if it's real, is real. So like I said, like So for me, if I'm saying like I bet I don't want to talk about that, that's because that's really me. If a nigga talking about that all of the time and that's really him, I fuck with that shit heavy.
Yeah, be yourself.
You know what I mean?
No matter what you do, be yourself.
If you talking about slinging drugs on the corner, if that shit, if I feel like it's real, I'm fucking with it. Yeah. A lot of niggas, they put in an image and they know that that's not them. They trying to be.
Yeah, they do that. It's a lot of people who do that.
You feel me?
Personally, I mean, I've seen it a lot. My biggest thing is not so much what you talking about, your content, because you're gonna rap about what you rap about, but at least make it be creative. Like I don't want to hear you talking about how many niggas you shot, how many drugs you slang, and it's basic and it's ABC, and the creativity level is not high. Then it's like I don't want to hear that. But if you talking about it, and the song fire, like everything about the approach is fire, the thought put behind it is fire, then it's fire. Like, you know what I mean? Make the music.
I honestly don't want to see a nigga talking about killing nobody if he not going to do it. I don't want to see a nigga like I don't want to see a nigga talking about drugs and killing, and then I see him with a fucking job somewhere. But like, you know what I mean? If you talking about if you talking about drugs and killing, I don't want to see you with a job.
I need to see you with a face.
I need to see you really doing
multiple
that shit.
Face tats.
Because if you got a job, that means you smart enough to know that to be like, I bet I need to do this, and then you just being another nigga to influence kids to do some other shit. Now, if you really don't know no better, you don't got no job, you really on the block. Like I know niggas that's like that, and I fuck with their music because I really believe that that's all that they know.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying?
But my thing about that is like, you gotta understand, like, music now is just a perception. Like, you feel me? It's more so a perception than anything. To his point about why we think that it's changed is simply because of what the higher ups deem hot or deem relevant. They deem this music relevant because it makes them money. It makes people more ignorant. Like nobody has to really pay attention and focus and hone in on what somebody is saying, what kind of like real message they're delivering, if the hook is like ignorant, the lyrics is ignorant, and it's very basic to follow. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much intellect to do that. And if the higher ups are saying this is what's hot, this is what's hot, you know what I'm saying? They saying this is what get played. They show you this is what get paid. These artists now are getting all the deals. They're getting all the followers. These are the artists that they're marketing because of what they're trying to portray. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult right now. Music has changed, but music is music. However you choose to display your art, I have no problem with. Like,
so who's some niggas that you fucking with right now?
I like 21. I really don't like too much of the like, you know what I mean, the new way. I like Uzi a lot because Uzi sound is unique.
Yeah, I fuck with Uzi.
I love Uzi.
He's not really. I wouldn't really categorize him as a rapper, but urban's hip hop is the genre.
Yeah,
but he's not even trying to go for all that lyrical shit, and it works though.
Yeah,
some cats though, like it's like half like lyrics, but it's bullshit lyrics, and then it's just like half beat. You know what I mean? Like. You know, the rest is just chorus that'll carry the song. Like, for example, Gucci Gang, like he's like kind of rapping, but it's like it's really just the chorus that.
I personally think Gucci Gang is ass.
How do you feel about Gucci Gang?
How do I feel about Gucci Gang?
I think it's cool.
I feel like for today's era, everybody loves that type of music. I think it's a dope song for that, but I don't care for it because no offense to to him or whatever, but it's the fact that like the song. Not only is it repetitive, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, it just don't take much effort. Like, if that's all you got to do to get on the track and for it to be hot, like, everybody, no wonder it's such an influx of artists in today's time because it doesn't take much skill to
imitate these niggas.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't.
Like, so, like if you heard Tupac or some shit, like, or even Drake or anybody, you can't imitate certain shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now the shit that they coming out with, you can imitate it. Like, oh shit, you
easily.
You could put 2 words in 1 bar. I bet I definitely could do that. Like, you know what I mean? So niggas aren't even as impressed anymore. They don't even want to be a fan. They want to be an artist. You know what I'm saying?
The type of like stuff that people get excited for in the rap, they be like, oh, he cold.
Go to your email too. I want to let him hear something too.
He cold. Yeah, this nigga nice, and it's like. What's nice about what he said? He didn't say nothing extravagant.
There's some unreleased shit that I'm about to release now. I got a few unreleased songs, but I'm gonna let you hear one of these shit. Let me talk to him real quick. Yeah. I said I fuck you in the projects to stay in touch with my gangster side. I love it and I love you too, so don't ask me to take no sides. Words don't taste good, but it's something you gotta digest. I stress a lot, trying to expose these girls to my mindset. I'm steady dropping jewels, but they just respond with their nonsense. I'm not a conscious rapper, that's just the shit on my conscience. I'm honest, accomplished a lot, but let's go beyond this. They moving slow, they don't understand what value of time is. My homie died, but there's no way I'm shedding a tear. Cause wherever he's at now, man, I know it's better than here. The block just stay the same and don't nothing change but the year. When the niggas you grew up with will rapidly disappear, I fear not a damn thing. They know I do my damn thing. Married to the fucking game, I need to win my damn ring. A nigga rap so smooth, these niggas think that I can damn sing. Only nigga rocking war sweaters in the damn spring. I know it's not a record that niggas turn up in clubs to. This the type of record that haters gotta show love to. The type of shit you write just to prove that they not above you. I start to question all of the niggas that I show love to. Around when you got it, but when you don't, it's like fuck you. I'm used to loyalty, so this shit is hard to adjust to. They say they hard, but they know Trev is much harder. Been going hard since Tony Parker was no starter. Niggas don't even know what that is. Taking an L in this rap shit, man, I don't know what that is. My niggas started a label, y'all niggas know what that is. Money was spent on the spray paint, put it all over this bitch. You getting money, well fuck it, let niggas know that you rich. Cause the bread that I got, man, I work so hard for this shit. Do anything, travel to the moon and stars for this shit. Girls, I should be what I gotta push them afar for this shit. I'll get evicted and even live in my car for this shit. Because it's better than killing, stealing, and robbing and shit. Can't catch me slipping, I'm well aware that they plotting this shit. They all irrelevant if I never acknowledge the shit. Don't waste no time, we get that check, we go deposit that shit. I really think I'm the best, Christopher Wallace type
shit. My heart is so damn cold that I do not know what affection is. Been fucking you so long that we do not know what protection is. Don't care about the clubs, don't give a fuck how lit your section is. I'm later with my bitch, she about to show me what a blessing is. And if she don't, then I'ma have to slide back down where Lexi live. And she gon' fuck me good, cause I got bread that could that debt she in. And she gon' give me brain like she did scholarship from Wesleyan. You need to cut your bitch, you just got hit like a pedestrian. But I do not feel special, cause she loves who's ever bed she's in. But fuck that shit, you hear tonight, let's smoke this blunt and sex again.
That shit is fucking fire.
That was fire. Even though I've heard that record before.
That shit is fucking fire, bro.
I haven't heard that in a while though, and it was just as good. It was almost like first listen type shit. It was good. Shit makes you pay attention.
You
to
ain't
the
shoot
bars.
the video for that? Yeah.
I just shot it yesterday. Like we've been planning a lot of shit. Like I got mad records that's about to come out, and I mean like I really had.
That's fucking fire.
Appreciate that.
On a number of levels, like from the bars to the emotion, the emotion that it draws you to. You know what I mean? How you saying your words kind of resonates. You know what I'm saying? Especially with somebody like me who, like we just were discussing, don't really get into the bullshit with the, you know what I mean? The having to have a club record all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How a lot of people faking your face. I mean, fake behind your back, and you know what I mean, smiling your face and things like that. Just everything about the track was dope, bro.
Right. Yeah, well, what I want to know about is your journey, like the difficulties you faced, because a lot of niggas don't make it overseas. You feel me? Yeah. I want to know about the difficulties you face making it overseas, the journey. You know what I mean? Sure. So like maybe a young nigga, you feel me? He could hear this shit and be like, and get some knowledge from that shit. You know what I mean?
Like, growing up, I mean, when I was younger, I used to like, I don't want to say like, make it a sob story, because it's not that. I simply say that because there's so many people in the world, you know what I'm saying, that grow up worse than that's gonna grow up and grew up worse than how I grew up, you know. But a lot of people from where we're from grew up similar to me. So that's why I don't want to call it a sob story, because it's something that like we all face, you know what I mean? Poverty, you know, growing up like basically in a single parent household with a lot of siblings, you know what I'm saying? We moved a lot. I went to 26 public schools in my life, probably more than anybody I ever came across. I went to school in Ohio. I went to school in Virginia, and I went to school in Jersey and shit. And it's just like, if I had a message to anybody in my shoe, any youngin that's like facing problems, like I literally used to come home from school sometimes, like, you know, sometimes it just don't be there. Like, you know, you might have a jar of mayonnaise and some empty egg cartons and fucking syrup and bread, you feel me? And noodles. Like, niggas know how that is, but it was just like difficult for me seeing my mom like fight and try to raise 3 kids by herself. And I used to just go to the park to like escape all that shit, and I would write. I've been writing since I was 7, 8 years old. So like I would just write music or go to the park. Right from school, I'd come in, throw my shit down, be at the park for like 10, 11 hours, and just hoop. My basketball got my mind off for a lot of shit. Like, you feel me? My pops was at the time like he was in and out my life, and like, and I hate to even talk about this because now we have a good relationship, like a cordial. He more like a brother, father than like just a father because of the circumstances and how it played out. But you know what I'm saying? I really didn't see him like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's 365 days in a year. You know what I'm saying?
I truly don't think niggas, black people is so used to not having they dad around. The shit is so normal that people don't realize the mental effect. Even a person that is being affected, they don't really, because you don't know what you missing because you don't have. You know what I mean? But like, it take a mental toll on you. You know what I mean? And when you get older, then you realize like, damn, like this what the fuck like. That shit wasn't normal.
Not at all. Cause I watched my uncle Marcus Johnson, or they call him Muhammad. I watched him interact with his son since before he was like 1 year old, months, holding him, talking to him, like he can understand him. Of course, he a baby, he can't understand him, but he felt like if I'm telling him all these things now every single day, like it's gonna resonate earlier. I watch how he move with his son, the things he teach him. It's not just about being financially equipped to raise the child. It's a lot of times it's the lessons and the time spent that's far more important. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I didn't have that. Long story short, I didn't have that. I moved a bunch of times. You know, we struggled.
Do you feel as if, like, for instance, you have a relationship with your mom, right?
My mother is my best friend.
So do you feel like it's number one, is she cool with that? That you cool with your dad?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Cool.
She happy. She happy I'm cool with my pop, but my mother, like, I mean, this now, you know what I'm saying? Right. I don't know what she did to him back then. She could have been a headache. Like, I just, you know what I mean? I just had a child, and it could be difficult. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. I said the same thing. I mean, she could have been a headache. You get what I'm saying? That's fucked up.
It is.
I don't give a fuck what type of, and that's the excuses that I feel like that we make. You feel me? But then I get on my bag. Then I'm like, you know what, yo? Nigga, I was a headache growing up. My mom ain't leave me, you feel me? So, like, at sometimes I'll be like, I bet, yeah, it's not that serious. But then it's like, how could I really respect a nigga? You feel me? That could go weeks, months, and not even know what you ate that night. Yeah, I could forgive, but, like,
I know this kind of off topic, but that's the same way I feel about some, like, females. Like, females today, they so, I don't know, like, they will deal with a nigga who they would, you know what I'm saying, have sex with a nigga who don't care if they died right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's so weird. Like, won't care if you ate all day or nothing. Like, the thing, and they will go out their way for a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that we're affected, especially where we from, like, it's crazy. But like you were saying, like, I can't respect a dude like that neither. See, I just had a baby, and the complications can make you, or make a weak person not come around, to not deal with a headache. I see personally how it can make a weak person do that, but not somebody who, you know, who's strong in their core beliefs. Like, I'm gonna be there in my son's life regardless of what I gotta deal with you. You could be the biggest headache in the world. Like, that's my son. Like, you feel me? I'm gonna make sure that he can have everything that I didn't have. But I could see where a weak dude or a dude that don't really want to hear all that shit, like, yo, nobody want to, like, why you want, because women tend to argue over nothing when a baby is involved if they don't get their way. It can have nothing to do with the child. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Yeah, so, like, what's it like, this is your first kid?
Yeah, my first child.
Okay, well, what's it going to be like going overseas knowing that you have a kid back in the United States?
Actually, my son was born while I was overseas.
Yeah, so what's that like?
I just seen him. I just got to see him 7 days ago. And he was born on November 1st. I mean, it was difficult because, you know, I'm 7,000 miles away. I'm in Israel. And, like,
obviously you're providing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have to.
At the same time, it's like, you don't get to see your
It's bittersweet because I have to provide. Mm-hmm. I could be home doing something else. I went to college. I graduated with like a 3.4 core GPA. I could get a regular job. Don't get me wrong, but it's not gonna be as lucrative, and damn sure not gonna be as easy. I work two hours a day. I work 2 hours a day doing what I love to do. You feel me? And it's lucrative. Mm-hmm. And I just want to try to provide the best life for my son. Period. And being that he's young, like if he was a little older, I don't know if I would still be playing basketball. Yeah. Because I would want to be there for certain points in his life, but it was the perfect timing for me. Yeah. He's gonna be young the next 5-6 years. I'm gonna be over there just getting a bag up for him. Mm-hmm. So, but it's definitely bittersweet. When I got to see him, it just was like, damn, it ain't hit me the first day. Like when I first seen him, got to hold him, he slept with him and all day and stuff, and I'm like,
how your priorities change? Like what's the difference between a dude that, like, we might not understand, like a dude with no kid and a kid? What's that shift?
It's a difference. If you want to be a real dad. If you don't want to be a real dad and you want to, like, skim through it, then you might not have to alter things. But I know personally, I probably blew 20 grand in this summer on nothing. I don't even know what I did with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now, like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm not even joking. I wouldn't.
You gotta
get
it out your system.
It's for my son now. Like, yo, you gotta be cautious of like, and I still do it sometimes. Like when I hit the ATM and be like, I'm about to take $500 out for the day, or such and such for the day, and then it'd be like, damn, like, oh damn, I don't want to do it because the stuff that I'm gonna spend it on is frivolous nonsense. But it's like, damn, I'm gonna do it anyway. But before I'm taking $1,500 out, $2,000 today to spend today. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you got to be cautious of everything. Shit, milk costs, Pampers costs, that formula costs, everything costs. He got about, I don't know, he got way too much stuff to have. You know what I'm saying? Because fortunately,
you got it at the time, right?
Not only do I got it, but I got a lot of friends and people who mess with me because I'm genuine and I return the love. And I got my boy Charles Jackson. Shout out to him. He playing in Turkey right now. He's sending my son some sneakers and some stuff right now. Like, it's people like that, genuine people that make the process a lot easier too. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like you, when you have your first child, you know niggas fuck with you. Your vibe, you a good dude. You gonna see it's a lot easier because the community want to help you. But you know what I'm saying? It's difficult, and I got so much respect. I just want to say this, ladies. I got a ton of respect for mothers. Period. Single mothers or not, but single mothers, I got the ultimate respect for y'all because I see how difficult it is raising a child with two people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean is like two active people. You know, engaged in taking care of the child. I don't actually mean you have to be together. But I see how difficult it is for somebody to raise a child with two people. It's hard, bro. And for one person to do that, multiple kids, like my mother, it was 3 of us. Bro, we all close in proximity when it come to age. Like, my brother is 2 years younger than me, my sister 1 year older than me. So like, it baffles me, son. Like, I really be confused just looking like, damn, it's hard as hell. Like, I can't even eat. My son crying, I can't eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can imagine when I'm away how she dealing with him. She gotta do everything. He's screaming, crying in her arm. She gotta wash his bottle. She gotta boil his bottle. She gotta do so much stuff if she working that day because she gotta work from home because he's young. Like, it's crazy, bro. The things you take for granted, you won't be able to do. Like, you can't go to the bathroom when you want to. The child actually determines everything you doing while you're with them, bro. Yeah, everything, bro. It's crazy, bro. I'm just ready for him to, like, you know what I mean, God willing, just get up to where he 1 or 2, and I could train him to do certain things, and I don't have to, because this is a difficult time. This is the most difficult time for a father, probably easier for a mother. You know what I mean? This is what they're, you know what I mean, internally built to do, take care of children.
I got a question for you, right?
Get to the mic next time.
Oh, my bad. I was dumb low.
Was he low?
It was coming through a little low, that last part, but it's all good.
All right, my fault.
Most of it is coming through fine.
I got that was number one. That was a great piece.
Damn, I know.
No, that shit gonna be good. That shit gonna be good.
The video will have.
Do you think that, number one, what do you think the reason is that you're not in the NBA?
There's a couple reasons I believe I'm not in the NBA. First reason being that I finished college later than the average person. I graduated college at 24. I believe if I would have left as a sophomore at Iona, I would have had a way better shot because I would have been 22. You know what I'm saying? And being drafted is like, you know, it's a lot of parameters that affect it. Age is a huge part. Like, I didn't understand how huge it was because I would have left after my sophomore year. I didn't really you know, have a 20 and 10 sophomore year, but I was averaging 13 and 10 as a sophomore. So I think I should have left. And people told me I should have left, but I'm like, yo, I didn't do nearly well enough, but I didn't know that age plays such a big part. And then when I came out, not only that, my style of play, which is now in today's NBA, which is good, but I'm not a super athlete. Like, everybody know I don't have bounce or all that.
If you could compare your game to like somebody in NBA right now, as far as athletics, like athleticism rather, like who would it be? Like, are you more floor to the ground like Melo is, or like how would you rate yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I probably right now, I probably have right now the athleticism of Carmelo. So back when he was in his prime, he was way more athletic than me. Yeah. But what I mean, like, that played a big part too in me being drafted. But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. Like, I produce. You put all these athletes out there with 38-inch vert, like in the D League, and it's political as hell. People think music is political, which it is. Very. Sports is equally as political. But like I was saying, when I was in the D League, I done had 21 rebounds in the game. You're talking about somebody who standing vert is like 28. Like,
what's harder, college or the D League?
That's a good question.
What's harder? Yeah. You want my honest opinion? It's college. For one, my college, we had ridiculously hard practice. We was always number 1 in pace. We ran on the track OD. My college was ridiculously hard to play for. And in college, there's no 3 seconds. So say you got a couple guys on the floor that can't shoot. Those 2 defenders are standing in the paint. In college, it's like overseas. You got to be able to score on 3 people at a time. Like, you got to be able to score on 3 people. Meaning, like, once you beat your man, you got to be crafty enough or have enough. The second man, and a lot of times the third man, or be able to make those passes. Mm-hmm. And in a D League, and in the, like on the NBA level, the guys are the talent is much higher, but the floor is more spaced out. Mm-hmm. If I get spaced, like me, especially at my position at the 4, or guys DM me, like I handle the ball like a point guard. So like once I'm in a 1-on-1, I feel like I can score on anybody. I mean anybody, athletic, 40-inch vertical, it doesn't matter because I use my body well. I could really handle the ball, and I'm crafty. Mm-hmm. So I could shoot it. Like I'm not a shooter, but I could make an open 3. I could make an open pull up and stuff like that. So it's easier. It's easier in the D League. I ran into some. I don't like you. You never supposed to make excuses in your profession, but it's political. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about. I went through a stretch in the D League for 7 games. I was averaging 19 and 7 rebounds in 21 minutes a game. 21 minutes a game for a 7-game stretch, averaging 19 and 7. Mm-hmm. And it didn't increase my minutes at all. Like It was like the way it is. Some of it is like you get these set number of minutes and that's all you playing. But
sometimes they'll just have you out there to get a nigga that they want to get to the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
You're just out there to fill the roster at that point.
For sure. Well, personally, I had my man's. I ain't gonna say no name because people got jobs and stuff. But I've had coaches on the staff come to me like, yo, like you think like there's no reason that you shouldn't be playing more. There's no reason that I was like the 6 man. I was a 6 man. That's what I was. Mm-hmm. No reason that you shouldn't be playing more. No reason why you shouldn't be starting. Like you be killing them every day in practice. Like my training camp coming into my second D League year, I was like, oh, it's a fucking wrap. I'm going to the A. I was in there volleying. Like you feel me? So I'm like, yo. But circumstances change. You know, a team send 4 guys down from training camp that they're trying to, you know what I mean, get a better evaluation on.
Word.
Then and 3 of them at your position. Bro, I had 23 points one game in 21 minutes, bro. I had 15 points in 7 minutes, bro. I thought I was going for 50. Guess what? After them 7 minutes, I got 15. Guess where I was at? You did your job. Good job. You had 15.
I believe that because I've heard stories from other people that's in that wave.
Yeah.
And that though, so that shit is definitely true.
But I'm very thankful for the opportunities that I've had in the organizations I played for, the Delaware 87ers, the 76ers team, and the Chicago Bulls, Windy City Bulls team. And I honestly believe like if I would have went back to the Windy City Bulls or played for them earlier in the year, I would have had a better chance to. I won't say I would have been there, but I would have had a better chance. Coach Linzer, who is now with the Chicago Bulls, he's just a great coach. He's an offensive guru. He puts you in the positions to flourish. It doesn't matter your size. Only thing that matters is your skill set. We had a 7-footer who, you know, start in the corner. He's the lift man on the shake-up off a pick and roll because he could really shoot the ball. It don't matter if you're 7 foot. I'm not going to stick you by the rim. That's not your strength. That's not how you play. And, like, other places, it was different for me. Like, Delaware was a little different for me. Like, you know, sometimes it's just like, yo, you going to get it on the block or the mid, which is cool. But I think that Coach Linzer allowed me to, you know, display all of my talents. You know what I mean? Had me playing some point guard. Like I'm six. I was at the time.
What's some niggas in college that you played against that went to the NBA, and when you played him, you was like, this nigga definitely going to the NBA, or you ain't run into none of those.
While I was in college.
Yeah, while you was in college.
And I'm like, yo, this nigga definitely going to the NBA.
And he went.
I mean, of course, but it's different when you already know because of what the hoopla and what the media does.
But some people you might know, and then they don't.
Andrew Wiggins and Embiid. You knew Embiid. I knew Embiid was going. Andrew Wiggins didn't play that well, but you know how good Andrew Wiggins is. It's like it's Andrew Wiggins. I know you're going to the A. But Embiid, when we played Kansas, And the things he was doing to our 7 foot
I think I saw that game on TV. Actually.
Sophomore at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that game on TV. That was a very close game, wasn't it?
Up until the last 6 minutes. Yep.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
very
You guys
close
were
game.
sticking with them.
I fouled out. I fouled out with 14 and 9. I only played 20 minutes. But when I tell you, Embiid was catching that thing on the block, he caught it on like the mid post, bro. Spun off and then Euro. Like he spun off in Euro. He's 7 something, bro. I'm looking at him like, oh man, yeah, he's different, bro. He is different. Like you can see he had all those raw intangibles and his upside was crazy. Embiid definitely. I was just like, yeah, he worth the price of it.
It was Andrew Wick. You wasn't that impressed. It don't seem like.
I mean, I wasn't that impressed that night, but
I
I was always a huge fan of Andrew Wiggins, so I knew he was going to the A too.